50 Life Lessons from Elizabeth Gilbert. The body knows first and best, only always. Fulfilling the idea of being good isn't always as important as being who you really are. We are conditioned to believe that the most important relationship of our life is our romantic partner. But we can also receive that same sense of meaning, significance, support, belonging, and love from a community of friends. We live in a merciless culture. We are merciless to ourselves and to others. Give up your illusions that you control others, that you control the world, that you are supposed to live a perfect life, and have mercy on yourself. Taking care of yourself is your sacred responsibility. No one's shame is harder to forgive than your own. When you can sit with your own discomfort, you can sit with others in crisis better. Another name for someone acting out is you on a different day. Your tribe says that you must follow certain rules to survive and do well. But when you don't follow those rules, and they fear for your well-being, your tribe will often try to drag you back to safety. If you dare to leave and fail, they welcome you back with open arms because you have confirmed their belief system. As social people, as empaths, even as people pleasers, when people ask us for the truth, we lean in close, study their face, study their energy to determine what they want to hear, and tell them that which is decidedly not the truth. Fearlessness is not a virtue. Living with fear and despite fear is the skill and the gift. Fear doesn't understand creativity. Fear is an old part of your brain, and creativity is new. So in creative ventures, fear can sit in the back seat, but not drive. Thank fear for what it does for you, then let it watch what you can do. That which has been done before has not yet been done by you. You can always tell people who live for others by the anguished expressions on the faces of the others. Don't give until it hurts. Only give until it helps. The true way to help people is to help people as a side effect of you seeking truth, mercy, and love in your life. All love eventually becomes help. Everything you strive for comes with failures and suffering. So in finding your purpose, don't just ask yourself what you love, but ask yourself what you love so much that you're willing to put up with the challenges and pain that come along with it. Jump and the net might catch you. People incorrectly believe that if you live your truth, bliss, and dreams, everything will be great and perfect. It won't. It will just be better than not jumping in the first place. People murder their creativity by insisting they're not truly creative unless their creativity pays the bills. If you're scared, sometimes it can help to remember that no one needs your fear. They have their own. Choose one of your other gems to share. Done is better than good. It doesn't have to be perfect, just finished. Perfectionism is fear in high-heeled shoes. It's seen as a virtue, but it's really extreme insecurity and fear that you won't be good enough if you are not perfect. Perfectionists will not only struggle to finish projects, but also to start projects, because it will never be the thing they dream of. Inspiration doesn't promise us anything, but the honor of working and dancing with it. It will invite you on a wild, crazy ride, and regardless of whether it ends well or disastrously, it will only ask you at the end of the ride if you want to do it again. There is no better thing to spend your life doing than saying yes to that invitation. The human mind can hold two completely opposing ideas as true at the same time. We can believe in science and faith at the same time. Your creativity can be a life-giving force, and at the same time, you can also be willing to scrap projects and make creative mistakes and failures with self-mercy. You don't have to suffer to be creative. All you have to do is follow curiosity. Generosity isn't entangling because the giver doesn't expect anything in return. But overgiving is toxic because the giver, usually without explicitly saying so, wants to be praised, petted, and loved unconditionally forever in exchange for their gifts. Things like money and technology aren't inherently bad or good, just shaped by the way we use them. Never give anyone more than what they are emotionally capable of receiving, or they will have no choice but to hate you for it. You can be reckless and make mistakes with your sexuality and survive it. You're not gonna end up under the wheels of a train after one orgasm. Being relaxed is revolutionary. Truth-telling is a treatment for addiction. Part of substance abuse is not being ready to face a truth in yourself. If you aren't honest because the world isn't a safe place for your truth, know that you can make the world a safe place for you by telling your truth in it. If there is something you know about yourself that if an intimate person in your life knew, they would change their whole life, then they should know. The sooner you tell them, the sooner they have agency over their life again. Another word for people pleaser is a people manipulator. They manipulate people for their own safety. When you give up the life you have and don't know what's waiting for you, there's an interim period where there's no ground under you. That's when you know you're getting somewhere, but it can feel awful. We don't come to this world because it's safe. Don't expect zero consequences or suffering just because you made the right choice. Your integrity wants you to tell the truth, and refusing to do so will hurt you physically, emotionally, and spiritually. A creative life is any life where your decisions are routinely based more strongly on your curiosity than your fear. You have to save your life every single day. Prioritize your time to manage your mental health and taking care of your happiness and sense of connection. Ask yourself, what are the words you always wanted to hear someone say to you? Try to say them to yourself. You can't expect another person to be responsible for all the things you need as a human and as a soul. So figure out a way to identify what you need and learn how to work towards those things. Love doesn't know the solution. Love doesn't know the future. Love isn't trapped in one person. Love is company in your darkest hour and always will be. When you are with people in their time of need, they don't need advice or answers. They need capital L love that doesn't need anything to change, doesn't need them to grow or get fixed, but will just love them and be with them through it all, despite everything. When what you are doing isn't working, do anything else. You don't need a plan to have purpose in life. Know the difference between these things to figure out what to do with your life. Hobbies are for fun and pleasure, and you don't need anything back from them. Jobs are an exchange just to pay the bills. Careers are jobs that you believe in the missions for long term. And vocation, a sacred calling that can't be taken away from you no matter what, and you'll do no matter what. The same mind that created the problem can't solve the problem, so you have to change. Religion is for people scared of going to hell, and spirituality is for people who have already been there and got out by reaching for something higher, something more loving, more forgiving. The more vulnerable you are about the things you are struggling with, the more in service you are to others. When you're in a shame spiral, remind yourself that you are a student. It's always day one of Earth School, and no one is supposed to know how to do it. It's better to live your own destiny imperfectly than to live a perfect imitation of someone else's life.